Hey, welcome back, babes. It's another episode here on the Rip the Mic Show with your host that do the most, Sunshine Baby. And our special guest today is Panama Mint. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. Thanks for being here. You got the drip on. You came in.
Oh, yeah.
Found us okay?
Oh, yeah, I did. You know, y'all right in the middle of things, man. Downtown, I love it.
What do you think of the Pentagon Studio?
Nice, super nice, super impressed. Yeah.
So let's get down to it. You ready?
Yeah.
So let's start off with the name. Very catchy. It goes with this, you know, the ambiance of what you got going on today. How did Panama Mint come about?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think like every true nickname, like it's a name somebody gives to you. And so like that's a swag I had early. I moved to Tampa like 18, and you know, Panama was just something attached to me because I came back because of the region and cigars and stuff like on a task I went on early. Like my reward for it was like a cigar Maduro.
Okay.
And I smoked it on the way to the crib, and I got sick smoking it, but it stuck with me. So it's a habit I picked up, and just that and Panamanian hats and just the flavor, and the mint come from my last name. My dad's nickname was Mint. Okay. So, you know, he's called me Junior Mint and stuff.
It's catchy. I ain't gonna cap. It's catchy.
Yeah, so my last name actually has mint in it. So, you know, that's the Panama Mint. You know, it's just really more like a brand name than attached to the music. Okay. And you know, and that's what I want Panama to be. You know, Panama to be you know more than just music. I'm venturing off in other things as well. So you know, and fashion being one of them. Okay, so
let's talk about the beginning for Panama Mint. Where was the upbringing?
You know, I'm from South Georgia. I'm originally from 683, which is Mayors, Georgia. It's a small town, Thomas County. I was born in Thomasville. My dad moved to Albany because of work, so I stayed there. Right after school, I stayed in Tampa. I stayed here for a brief stint in Atlanta right after school. You know, and I got people this way, and you know, I got most of my people in Florida. I got people up north, and so I'm all over. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm a Georgia cat at heart. Okay. So you know, I love the South.
Shout out to Georgia.
Shout out to Georgia, and you know, I'll be honest with you. Atlanta, you know, the music capital of the world. Atlanta, the Mecca of music. Just the Mecca period.
A lot of culture for sure.
Yeah, for real.
That's an understatement. So what was life like growing up in Georgia for you? You have any siblings, 2-parent household? What was it like?
Yeah, definitely, man. Because, you know, my parents were old school. So, you know, they stuck together through thick and thin. They got together early. And, you know.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, beautiful thing. Both my parents are passed. But,
condolences.
You know, yeah, they still with me. You know what I'm saying? I was blessed, you know, to be able to take care of my mom before she passed. Yeah. You know, so I had to learn how to cook to do that. So catering something else I do. But that just happens, you know, most of the time because I'm a giver. And so most of the time when that happens is, you know, I cook something for some people and, you know, they ask me for something later on. But long story short, I didn't miss a meal coming up.
That's a good thing. I played, you look well fed.
And so, like, I ain't gonna say I struggled. You know, we weren't the hustlers and nothing like that. But you know, my dad was old school, so he was different. He was hard on us. But you know,
the love was always there.
Right. It shaped me too. Yeah. It shaped me too. So, you know, at the end of the beginning of the day, you know, I want my kids, my boys to be men when they grow up. And, you know,
so you're a father too?
Yeah, of course. You know, I have 4 kids. I have an 11 and 9. You know, I have a 5 and a 1-year-old. And my 1-year-old, you know, he the trouble in the house. So, you know, I'm up to 4 last night dealing with him, but like he a ball of fun and like, regardless of how my day going, you know, you can't be upset you come home to, you know, I'm their world. So they mine, and, you know, and sometimes, you know, your family really is the family you create. So I'm blessed in that way. We moved up here last day of August to Atlanta because I've been back and forth forever. Yeah. With patchwork and stuff and other people I deal with up this way. So it's my home now.
So when did music start for you? And obviously your parents were old school, so you listened to some of that. But what motivates you to be into music in that field and career?
To be honest with you, man, it's just like I came up like listening to music heavy. 8th grade. That's a freestyling school. Like, you know, I'm be honest with you. Like,
out there having fun.
Right. Like me and my partner, man, we had a group called the Hitmen. And, you know, I remember the whole, like, gym, applauding. We going back and forth.
Yeah.
With those little ABC rhymes.
Yeah.
But, you know, damn near.
Yeah.
But, I'm be 1,000 with you, though. Like, my brother had a record deal early.
Okay.
You know, he had one with MCA, but MCA went bankrupt right after they signed him and stuff. But they'd already sent him like his promo stuff.
So that kind of helped you also navigate in the music industry, seeing that.
I was right there.
Yeah.
You know, I was right there. And
that's
then, like,
good though.
People in this group were like my brothers.
Unfortunate but good that you learned that.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna be honest with you, like it's Like My Way. There's a couple of music ventures I started that still into existence to this day, and I got behind some artists. I got behind a couple of cousins.
Okay, let's talk about it.
I got behind one, Heavy Boy.
Okay.
And be honest with you, he never broke away and stuff, and I got behind him. But I got behind him, but I never got behind in the sense to where I was trying to capitalize.
Okay.
If somebody come to me, I'm the type of person, man. I might help you financially. I try to point you in the right direction.
Right.
But you know, with me, I'm the type of person really just give you a chance and introduce you to other people and stuff. Like as far as just like minute managing and just.
Why does that feel important to you to maneuver in that manner?
I mean, the same with my brother, man. It's a guy. That's a legend back my way, Randy G.
Okay.
I did a whole mixtape with him.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, shout out to Randy G, man. One of the coldest. I did a mixtape with him, and I don't try to boss cats. I feel like with him, he had labels he dealt with, and he had opportunities he turned down, but he partnered with me with something he doesn't usually do because I didn't come to him like, look, man, you know, let me do this for you and do this for you and I'll be over you. I partner with them.
Right.
And so there's other artists I partner with them and like try to put them in position. And a lot of that had to do with just my nature, just like who I am. And you know, just trying to appease and appeal to my better angels, and just just being a giver.
That's really deep though for you to say that, like how you look at them. Just for you saying that, I really commend you because you don't see a lot of people that do that for real. And then the fact that you really give in that aspect, I can just only imagine the loyalty that they have for you too.
Yeah, and
there's a lot of the reason why I say that is because there's a lot of facade. People just want to portray that, oh, I want to do this X, Y, Z for you, but you chose to partner with them. You know what I mean? That's different. I haven't heard about that.
Yeah, and I think that's why I could get him to move. We did a whole mixtape together. Other people couldn't get him to move music wise, and I think a lot of times it's like just a respect thing. Yeah. Like sometimes you just got to be mano a mano. Just man to man with a cat versus trying to little boy him or, trying to make him sign some paperwork. So it was never that kind of agreement. Yeah. It's a lot of agreements I've entered in, verbal agreements, and just tried to see how it worked out in other situations. And I'm just saying that to say I just used to give so much of myself. It got to a point to when, I really got serious about this music. Right. I poured into me like that. Right. And so that's what I'm on now. And I'm going to be honest with you. I got a love for music. So my reward is going to the studio. My reward is performing on the stage. And whatever come with that, kudos. It's just whatever come with it, kudos. So like even catering, I don't like hand out cards to cater. What usually happens is I let somebody taste my food, and next thing they know, they ask me to cater the event. Okay. So I feel like I'm doing what I love. If God bless me in this way, so be it. But I'm gonna make the best music I can. I'm gonna do my 10,000 hours and try to master it. So
let's talk about speaking on music. What are you working on right now currently?
I'm working on a few projects. I'm working on Street Socrates 2. Okay. I'm working on Break 'Em Off 2. I'm working on another project with a producer, Ren 3X. I'm working on a project with the producer, Bando Beats. Okay. A partner of mine, good dude. Okay. You know he's a good dude when I sent him a big ticket by mistake on Cash App, and the Negro sent it back. Oh my God, I messed up, man. I looked at my man like, oh my God.
Shout out to
my dog, bro.
Most people would have been like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Man.
Real love.
My partner.
That just shows what type of person you are, really, for real, for somebody to do that. Because not many people, like you said, What if he was just like, I didn't get it?
Right.
But the fact that he gave it back, that just speaks a lot of volumes of who you are as a person.
Yeah, thank you.
You're very welcome. And those names for those, songs that you just, I need you to make sure I get those too. Cause
I will.
It sounds like it's some good shit you got going on. Excuse my language.
I will. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm on mastery, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm pouring into music some kind of way every day. No downtime for me.
So what's a piece of advice that you would give your children if they chose to be in music or an entrepreneur in any way? What would your advice be to them?
They would basically, let me tell you what I want to be.
Okay.
2nd grade, and this would be my advice to them. They went all the way around the classroom. The teacher made me pick again because she asked me what I wanted to be. I said happy. And I'm saying that to say, whatever they do, it need to be something they love to do. I don't even want them to do music because I don't want to push out what I'm on.
Right.
I want them to do what they love.
Organically.
And I feel like God's gonna bless them in that way. I want them to be them.
Because you get those parents that be like, no, you're a star, and then they just push them. They don't really give their children a choice.
Right.
So for you to even, y'all better tap into this, man. What's your IG handle, man? Tell them.
Panama Mint, INT.LLC. I'm Panama Mint everywhere. Panama Mint on Facebook. Panama Mint, ATL.net. If you want to get on my website. But I'm coming, dog. Gonna be a cold summer. I'm gonna have fun.
Real dope, man. Y'all better tap into him. He has amazing, great things that he got going on. You heard it here first with your girl Sunshine on the Rip the Mic Show.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Man.
Thanks.